Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're talking about OpenClaw, this open source AI assistant that has just blown up. Seriously, it's one of the fastest growing projects on GitHub right now. So we're going to break down what it is, how it actually works, and most importantly, what you can do with it.
All right, so let's jump right in. But here's the thing. If you go and Google OpenClaw right now, you're probably going to be a little confused. Why? Because that name is being used by two totally different and very active projects.
Yeah, on one hand, you've got the viral AI assistant that we're here to talk about, and on the other, a fan-made open source engine for a super cool 90s video game called Captain Claw. So, same name, but they are worlds apart. That's pretty much where the similarities stop. So, for this explainer, we are laser-focused on the AI agent. We're going to cover the identity crisis, talk about what it means for an AI to have hands, look at how it works, walk through the setup, which is surprisingly fast, and then check out what this thing can actually do.
Okay, first things first, let's tackle that identity crisis. You know, the AI project's name has had a bit of a wild ride, and that's really where all the confusion comes from.
And man, it happened fast. The project first showed up in late 2025 as Claudebot. But then, there were some trademark talks, so it briefly became Moltbot, and then almost immediately it was rebranded to OpenClaw, and that's when things really took off. Its popularity just exploded.
All right, so the name's cleared up. Now let's get to the really good stuff. What is OpenClaw? And more importantly, what makes it so different from, say, the chatbots that we're all using every day?
Okay, so at its heart, OpenClaw is what you'd call a self-hosted AI gateway. And what that really means is it's just software that you run on your own machine. We're talking your laptop, a home server, maybe even a little Raspberry Pi, not on some big company's cloud. It's basically a bridge connecting the messaging apps you use every day, like Slack or WhatsApp, to those big, powerful AI models.
And this is where the big difference really clicks. You see, a normal chatbot, it just answers your questions. But OpenClaw, it's built to actually do things, to execute tasks. It has a real memory, so it remembers everything from past conversations. And because it's running on your computer, it can get in there and interact with your files in your system. That's a game changer. Okay, so if it's more than just a chatbot, how does it actually, do stuff? Let's pop the hood and take a look at how it's built. The whole thing is actually pretty simple, split into two parts. You've got the brain, which is its reasoning engine. This is what plugs into a big language model. Your choice could be Claude, could be GPT, and it does all the thinking and planning. And then you've got the hands. This is the part that actually takes those plans and makes them happen.
And these hands are what give OpenClaw its superpowers. We're talking about real capabilities here. It can read and write files on your computer, run scripts from the command line, take control of your browser to fill out forms or grab data, and even connect to tons of other apps you use.
All right, now for the part I think you're going to love. You'd think something this powerful would be a huge pain to set up, right? Well, nope. The developers made it super simple to get started. Honestly, you can be up and running in like less than 5 minutes.
The whole key is simplicity. There's really only one thing you need on your computer beforehand, something called Node.js. And if that sounds technical, don't worry. It's a really common tool, and chances are the installer can even set it up for you if you don't have it. Getting it installed is a simple three-step process. First, you just copy and paste one single line of code into your terminal. That's it. That one line starts a script that does all the heavy lifting and then launches this little wizard. And that wizard just walks you through the rest, plugging in your AI model's API key, connecting it to your favorite messaging app, the whole deal. Okay, so it's installed, it's running. Now what? What are people actually doing with this thing? This is where that idea of an AI that does, not just an AI that talks, gets really interesting.
The use cases are all over the map. You've got people using it for personal productivity, right? Managing their calendars, sorting through emails. You've got developers automating some seriously complex coding tasks. And then you've got folks using it for web scraping, data entry, even connecting it to their smart home to control the lights.
And the community stories are just fantastic. Some are pretty funny too. There was this one developer on Discord who said they asked their agent to just organize a few files, and they came back to find it had reorganized their entire life. I'm talking, it even sorted their socks by RGB color value.
But then you get these really powerful examples. One user shared this incredible story. Their OpenClaw agent spent the night emailing back and forth with a bunch of car dealerships all on its own. And by morning, it had negotiated a $4,200 discount on a new car. I mean, think about that. That's real money, saved while the person was literally asleep. So,
What this all really boils down to is a fundamental shift, right? We're moving past AI that just talks at us. With tools like OpenClaw, we are entering an age of AI that does, an AI that acts as a real agent, carrying out complex tasks for us.
And that really leaves us with a huge question. As these autonomous agents get smarter, get more connected into our lives, what's next? What new doors are going to open? I mean, when you have a personal AI assistant that can work for you 24/7, what's the next thing you're going to ask it to do?